Health experts in the country have warned of a community spread of novel coronavirus as over 50 cases were reported from the Kathmandu Valley yesterday. With the lifting of the nationwide lockdown coupled with increased public movement without necessary preventive measures, this scenario is bound to make contact tracing near impossible and turn the federal capital into COVID-19 hotspot. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. COVID-19 infections spike with 311 new cases. Kathmandu Valley on high alert with 53 new cases. 223 police officials test positive so far. The rift within the ruling NCP takes a new height as Executive Chairman Dahal chairs the Standing Committee meeting. Oli faction calls the meeting invalid. Infrastructures built in the border region by India causing monsoon havoc every year. Experts say this southern neighbor has breached international regulations. And the UN World Tourism Body says the COVID-19 pandemic has cost $320 billion to the global tourism industry and lost a revenue between January and May. The conflict within the ruling Nepal Communist Party has taken an unexpected turn as Executive Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal held and chaired the Standing Committee meeting without the presence of Prime Minister and Party Chairman KP Sharma Oli. Meanwhile, the Oli-led faction has denounced the validity of the meeting, calling it a factional meeting. The intra-party rift emerged more visible as Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli postponed the Standing Committee meeting at the last hour while Executive Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal chaired the meeting in Balwatar itself. The meeting that was attended by majority of the Standing Committee members, including senior leader duo Chalanath Khanal and Madhav Kumar Nepal, called the Prime Minister's unilateral decision to defer the long-awaited meeting unjustifiable and urged the Executive Chairman Dahal to initiate a dialogue for a consensus. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister's press advisor earlier yesterday said that the party's Standing Committee meeting was postponed, citing lack of homework. In the meantime, Dahal held this meeting, sending a message that the Premier cannot escape from the current political crisis seen in the ruling party. Vice Chairman of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, Bamdev Gautam, has been changing sides between the inter-party factions in recent time. As the chairman duo stay firm on their own stances, Gautam, many say, has taken a neutral position to settle the ongoing political wrangling. Gautam, who once voiced support for Executive Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal seeking resignation from Prime Minister and Chairman KP Sharma Oli, now has floated a 6-point proposal that analysts say completely favors the cornered Prime Minister. We have more in this report.
The intra-party dispute in the ruling Nepal Communist Party heightened when Prime Minister Oli introduced two highly controversial ordinances related to political party and constitutional council on 20th of April. Following the criticisms on the Premier, Vice Chairman of NCP Bamdev Gautam sided with the disgruntled faction led by Executive Chairman Dahal and including senior leader duo Madhav Kumar Nepal and Chalanath Khanal and spokesperson Narayan Kaji Shrestha. The faction sought for resignation of Prime Minister Oli from the dual post. Back then, leader Gautam assured Dahal that he would not change the group. In the succeeding days, Prime Minister Oli proposed Gautam's name for the vacant post in the upper house and ultimately for premiership. Gautam then changed his approach to the intra-party rift. However, since then, Gautam has been uncertain with his support. Leader Gautam has in recent days taken a neutral stance, floating a different 6-point proposal as both the chairman has failed to forge a consensus. Analysts say Gautam is perhaps trying to substantiate his existence in the party. Sources say leader Gautam has been preparing to introduce People's Multi-Party Socialism instead of People's Multi-Party Democracy to protect the party from splitting, which experts have called an attempt to establish a crucial role for himself within the party.
The number of coronavirus cases in Nepal has crossed a 19,000 mark as 311 new cases were reported yesterday. The death toll has reached 49 as one more death due to COVID-19 was confirmed. The capital has been on high alert as Kathmandu Valley alone recorded 53 cases of coronavirus, including 48 in Kathmandu district, 4 in Lalitpur and 1 in Bhaktapur. This is the first time Kathmandu has reported as many cases. Speaking at the daily press briefing of the Health Ministry, spokesperson for Health Ministry Dr. Jageshwar Gautam informed that the swab sample of a 65-year-old male from Bachang who had died on 24th of July tested positive for coronavirus. According to the ministry, the deceased was an asthma patient and had arrived from India on 8th of July. Meanwhile, 121 individuals were discharged from various hospitals after full recovery, taking the total number of recoveries in the country to 13,875. Meanwhile, the number of infections amongst security officials has been rising in recent time. A total of 65 police officials in Kathmandu and Siangja districts tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday. 23 of them are from the police headquarters in Kathmandu. 4 officials at the capital's police headquarters had tested positive yesterday. In Siangja district, 38 police officials, including district police chief, tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. The health ministry had confirmed infections in 18 security officials. However, Gandaki Provincial Health Directorate confirmed of additional 20 infections. 3 police officers had tested positive a few days back. The local administration has imposed a lockdown for 10 days, citing possibility of community spread. So far, 223 police officials have tested positive for coronavirus in the country, including the highest 67 in Gandaki province. And we'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. Monsoon floods have been claiming the lives of many in Nepal, especially in the Tarai region, every year. Experts have claimed that the floods have been caused due to infrastructures, including roads built against international laws by their southern neighbor, India. Meanwhile, the Nepal government has yet to take diplomatic initiatives to resolve the issue. We have more in this report.
बाटोहरु बनाउँदाखेरि पनि हरेक वर्ष अब डुबान हुने गरेको छ तराई क्षेत्रहरुमा चाहिँ त्यो एक ढंगले चाहिँ भारतीय पक्षले चाहिँ हामी नेपालमा एउटा हस्तक्षेप नै हो त्यो चाहिँ हामीले अर्को रूपबाट भन्दाखेरि राजनीतिक रूपबाट भन्दाखेरि त्यो एउटा हस्तक्षेप नै हो।
Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa a week back had said that the Tarai floods were triggered by infrastructures constructed by the Indian side. According to a water river regulation by United Nations, any country must refrain from carrying out activities that causes loss of lives or property in another country. Likewise, based on the 1999 International Water Boundary Tripping Convention, no country can construct a dam within 8 kilometers of the border. However, the Indian side has defied these rules to construct roads in no man's land to protect its own region from flooding. This, experts have said, causes the Tarai region in Nepal to be inundated every monsoon season. There are around 25 infrastructures in the border region with India, including barrage and dams, several of which have been causing damages to Nepal. Every monsoon, the Tarai region is flooded as the Indian side closes their dam. Meanwhile, the concerned official unit back home has also failed to play its role, leaving the general public to bear the brunt.
A large throng of Indian citizens along with their local residents have been visiting the snake bite center in Jhapa and Damak in eastern Nepal. The cases of snake bites usually escalate during rainy season as they come out of their hibernation with the advent of monsoon rains. A snakebite center was established in Chapa's Char Ali barrack in 1996. The center, completely managed by the local residents in Chapa, along with the technical expertise from the Nepal Army, since its establishment has served well in treating snakebite cases. The center receives up to 25 cases of snake bites on a daily basis during the rainy season. Some 1,000 patients of snake bite visit this center annually. Some 150 to 200 among them are Indian nationals residing in the bordering Indian towns. The Indian nationals visit this center from Bihar and Bengal state. This center says that since a reliable service is provided at a minimum cost, there is a large throng of Indian nationals crossing the border to visit the snakebite center in Chapa. Likewise, there is another snakebite center in Damak municipality located at a distance of 40 kilometers from Char Ali. This center at Damak is run by the sub-branch of Red Cross Society. Since Damak lies at a close proximity with India, some 100 Indian nationals also visit this center for the treatment of snake bites. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in Rukum what preventive measures should be adopted to protect ourselves from getting infected by COVID-19 now that the lockdown has been lifted. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
लकडाउन हट्यो भनिसकेपछि जस्तै हाम्रो कोरोना नै छैन भने व्यवहारहरू सबैले देखाइराख्नु भएको छ धेरै भिड भएको ठाउँमा जानु भएको छ त्यस्तो गर्नु भएन
सेनिटाइजर युज गर्ने हातमा पन्जाहरू लाउने त्यसलाई लिएर भौतिक दूरी कायम राख्ने
अफिसमा पनि गेटमा बाल्टीमा पानी भरेर राखेका छौं साबुन पानीले हात धोएर सेवा गरेकोलाई भित्र प्रवेश गर्ने लगाइएको छ
घरमै बस्न सकेसम्म साबुन पानीले हात धुने मास्क लगाउने भौतिक दूरी कायम गर्ने
And time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question: why has the oil corporation failed to take concrete actions against businessmen found to have adulterated fuel products? Your options are option A, weak laws, option B, nexus with businessmen, and option C, powerful businessmen. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your options A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And time now for the sports update. Inter Milan registered a 2-0 win over Napoli under Serie A in a match played last night. The win has propelled Inter Milan into the second position. In the match played at Inter Milan's home ground, the visitors had enjoyed the ball possession, and despite dominating their home team, Napoli failed in providing finishing touches. However, it was Inter Milan who shot into the lead in the 11th minute with a goal by Danilo D'Ambrosio. Inter Milan's Loreto Martinez sealed the 2-0 victory in the 74th minute. The second-placed Inter now have 79 points from 37 matches, while league champions Juventus have 83 points. The third-placed Atalanta, who defeated Parma 2-1 in another match played yesterday, have 78 points. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.